Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. It's been on Mayor Dennis Burrow's radar since he was first elected to the job, and now it's a reality. City Council has released its first municipal budget prior to the new calendar year. Following weeks of meetings and casting of ballots, Innovation Credit Union members recently voted in favor of Innovation's proposal to become the first federal credit union headquartered in Saskatchewan. Lloyd Begley of the Swift Current Museum is out for an afternoon drive, one with a special purpose. As he makes his way down the road approximately 20 kilometers south of Swift Current, he's en route to finalize the details for the transfer of a historic World War II artifact. Thanks for joining us here today. Swift Current residents received an early Christmas gift from the city in the form of a tax hike. We have more in today's top story. It's been on Mayor Dennis Burrow's radar since he was first elected to the job, and now it's a reality. City Council has released its first municipal budget prior to the new calendar year. The budget presentation was made in Council on Monday and includes an operating increase of 1.27% and an increase of 0.15% to the capital budget. And when combined with the 6% financial strategy and a reduction in provincial revenue and policing revenue, we see a tax increase of 13.14%, which follows an ongoing trend of significant hikes over the past number of years. And when further broken down, the average homeowner will see an increase of $16.25 per month or $195 per year, based on a property tax assessment of $280,000. A budget which Mayor Dennis Burrow stands by, as the city is into its fifth year of a long-term financial strategy.
And we as a council continue to look for efficiencies, and we'll always do that. We saw no new staff this year. That was the same as last year and the year prior. We've been at a zero net increase for our city. Unfortunately, we've got expenses that always will be increasing, things like asphalt and concrete, labor, cost of labor. And we want to continue to grow this city. So this will be, again, the last year of this financial strategy, and I anticipate our next two budgets to not see that type of an increase, provided we don't see large changes in our provincial revenue.
And as local ratepayers digest the outcome of the 2018 municipal budget, it's already getting mixed reviews.
Increases are never good. It's sometimes a necessary evil, and we always are concerned about that because it impacts the bottom line, both for the business community and for residents. However, having said that, increases are necessary to account for growth.
I would say that's a little high, maybe.
It's a little disturbing, but I really don't know that much about it, so I would probably have to read to find out why they were increasing it and what they were planning on doing with the extra money.
No, I'm not concerned about it. I guess we have to have the money to keep things going in the city, so there you go.
Expenses in the 2018 Swift Current budget include over $61 million for operating, over $14 million for capital expenses, bringing this total to just over $76 million, compared to $55 million in 2017, with estimated revenues for the coming year set at $61.8 million. The City of Swift Current has a long list of capital projects for 2018, which includes a protective services facility design, with the intention of one day bringing together both fire and police services, upgrades to fiber optics, storm sewer upgrades, and additional parking stalls at Riverside Park. Overall investments, which Mayor Burrow says further showcase the city's commitment to growth and sustainability, as it continues on the path to reaching a population of 25,000 by the year 2025.
When we set that vision, our population was at 15,000 people. We're at 18,185 today. So by having that overarching vision, we have grown our city. We are seeing new businesses and new people come here. And so I still believe we can hit that target, but I can assure you we're going to do our very best, and we're going to do what's best for our residents. We're not going to go out and just pay for businesses to come here. We're going to work with the ones we have to see them grow, and we're also going to try to find new businesses that want to be here, and we're going to go to them and share with them the same sales pitch that I've been sharing with all of you as to why this is the best place to invest, to work, and to live. As of today, I can assure all of our public and all of our residents that we do have the lowest residential taxes in the province across cities and across for businesses. We're very, very competitive. We err on the side of the low end. That's something we'll continue to do because we, just like you said, people are looking for best bang for their buck.
A full breakdown of the City of Swift Current's 2018 budget can be found online, with a limited number of copies available from City Hall. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the staff and management of Pioneer Co-op, celebrating 80 years in Southwest Saskatchewan. Wishing you the best this holiday season and into the new year from Mayor Dennis Perreault, City Council, and staff of the City of Swift Current. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Chinook Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, serving Southwest Saskatchewan since 1976. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Pinnacle Financial in Swift Current. Innovation Credit Union is moving forward and going federal. We have all the details in this report. Following weeks of meetings and casting of ballots, Innovation Credit Union members recently voted in favor of Innovation's proposal to become the first federal credit union headquartered in Saskatchewan. Innovation has a total membership of close to 55,000 across the province, and of the 17,214 who actually voted, 82% were in favor of the special resolution to go federal. And now Innovation will proceed to the next phase of the process.
So there's a lot of work yet. It doesn't mean we become a federal credit union right away, so we still have at least a year of work, and that includes working with the provincial government, our current regulators. We also have to work with the federal government and also our new potential regulators, or OSFI. So that takes a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do in order to make sure that we're lined up well with the new environment.
Johnson goes on to add that a move to a federal designation will enhance the services for Innovation members and opportunities for staff.
Very exciting time for us. The whole staff is a part of this process to have that many conversations with their membership. And they're very excited about the future too, because in growing, evolving organizations, there's a lot more opportunity for things like career pathing and jobs and growth and development. So they're very excited about the future. We're creating an organization that will have a lot more flexibility to deal with all of the disruption. So they're very excited about that.
Innovation Credit Union is the third largest credit union in Saskatchewan, with 23 branches from Frontier to Buffalo Narrows.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Dr. Noble Irwin Regional Healthcare Foundation, keeping healthcare strong in Southwest Saskatchewan.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Gus, Louie, and George at the K Steakhouse and Motel. Book your Christmas party or New Year's celebration today. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands. The Swift Current Airport has received a unique donation dating back to World War II. Lloyd Begley of the Swift Current Museum is out for an afternoon drive, one with a special purpose. As he makes his way down the road approximately 20 kilometers south of Swift Current, he's en route to finalize the details for the transfer of a historic World War II artifact.
It's an Avro Anson that sits behind me, and but the important part of this particular find is that it has its engines intact, albeit dismantled to a large extent, but it gives us something to work with in terms of really examining how these things are put together. And if down the road we want to restore the aircraft in terms of a static display for exhibit at the museum, that'll help us certainly make our job easier in terms of rebuilding it.
A unique acquisition, and one which Begley can hardly wait to get to its new home at the Swift Current Airport as part of a long-term project.
Well, it all came about with different contacts that we've made in the course of the last couple of years with, thinking about the creation of a true, Swift Current Museum of Aviation located at the Swift Current Airport. The person who owns the hangar that the museum is going to go into contacted the person whose land we're standing on, and that person wants the aircraft behind me, or what's left of it, to be part of the collection at the new BCATP Museum at the airport in Swift Current.
And before this 43-foot airplane was transported to the airport, a few crucial steps were taken.
So you can see behind me, we've actually built a floor for the aircraft to sit on. That'll give the engine some support and the aircraft some support so the engines actually don't fall off the aircraft. We don't exactly know what kind of shape the support system is holding the engines in place, so we wanted to build a floor that it can sit on so that when we move it, it'll get moved intact.
A delicate and well-thought-out process to finally reach the Swift Current Airport.
We're going to stay off the major highways and roadways. We're going to use the provincial grid system to meander our way to the airport. And so it'll take us a little while to get there. We're going to probably travel at a speed of about between 40 and 50 kilometers an hour.
A collaborative effort stemming from a single donation of this wartime artifact as the city of Swift Current builds on its inventory for the proposed aviation museum, which will further attract visitors of all ages to the Swift Current Airport. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. From all of us here at Southwest TV News, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and all the best in the new year. Christos Narodosha. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.